Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impression on the new Colourpop brushes, concealers, compact highlighter and bronzers. Technically this is not really new because it probably came out so long ago, but I literally just got my package yesterday. So yeah, today's video is going to be a first impression. So I quickly wanted to mention in the brush set, I actually got two of these same brushes. These two. I didn't get the stippling brush. I'm gonna mention it in the first impression portion, but I thought I would just mention it now that I didn't actually get it. They sent me two of the same brush, as you guys can see. This one is clean, it's still in the package, and I'm gonna be giving this one away when I hit 20k. I already compiled a lot of things for you guys when I hit 20k, but this will be part of it. So yeah, that's the only thing that I don't have in the kit, but yeah, everything else is going to be a first impression. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about all these products, then just continue watching. Okie dokie, so this portion is going to be like a full tutorial, full face. Pretty much I'm gonna show you guys me using the concealers. I also picked up a highlighter and a bronzer in the compacts, and then I also have all the brushes laid out here, and I'm gonna use every single brush. Well, I'm gonna try to use every single brush because you can buy these brushes individually, so I thought it would be helpful to show you guys how to use it and how I would use it and what I think of them. So I already have my foundation on, and now I'm gonna go in with concealer. So I picked up two shades. I picked up golden 40 and medium 30. I'm gonna go on 40 and see how that looks. I'm gonna go with that under my eyes. These are $6, which is amazing. The price point is freaking bomb. It's a little bit chubbier than I thought. I thought it'd be like more like a skinny tube, kind of like the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, but it's a little bit more like chubby and it's quite cute. The applicator actually looks like the Urban Decay one, speaking of it. Okay, so the medium 30 looks a little dark. I feel like this is something I would use to conceal any scarring and stuff. This one more matches my skin tone and it's very creamy. So I'm gonna put this one all over like any redness or like blemishes. I think golden 40 was probably a little bit too dark. It's very matte, but that is the difference with just one layer. As you can see, it did conceal it, but I don't know, my under eye circles are really dark. A lot of concealers can't cover it up fully, but I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Like it kind of looks a little drying under my eyes, to be honest. Like I have oily skin, but my under eyes are like hella dry, so it does look a little bit drying. It's super matte. I'm gonna go in with medium 30 just so you guys can have a look at it. Oh yeah, I think this shade would be more like something I would like. Oh yes, yeah, I like this shade. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but I like having something a little bit lighter just under my eyes. But the coverage is like pretty good. I don't know, I feel like it's a little too matte for the under eyes, but the coverage is good. Like I haven't found a concealer that has covered my dark circles just like off the bat. And I haven't tried the Tarte Shape Tape concealer before, but yeah, this does a good job of concealing most of it. I always bake under my eyes because I know I will crease, because I do have a lot of fine lines under my eyes and I can see the concealer already creasing in, so I'm gonna quickly try and bake. I'm gonna use one of the brushes. So the brush I'm gonna use to set under my eyes is called the Small Fluff Brush number 6. I'm not sure if that's what it's actually called online because it doesn't have the name of the brush on the actual handle, which is kind of a downfall. I usually use a beauty blender to set my under eyes. I think this would be like a good size to go underneath. This reminds me of the Real Techniques setting brush, just the size of it. But I'm gonna grab my powder. And now I'm going to set the rest of my face with the large powder brush. This feels incredibly soft. Like, oh yeah, that feels so good on the skin. Like it's so soft. But yeah, because it's more dense, I feel like it's gonna give you more coverage. You could also use this for bronzer. Like over here. Yeah, you definitely could use it for bronzer, but I'm gonna use a different brush for bronzer today just because I wanted to use all the brushes. Okay, so I am going to fill in my brows with the angled brush, number 12. I actually don't know if these brushes actually have numbers or whatever, but on my thing, it does say a number next to it, so that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't typically use angled brushes for my eyeliner. I only use these brushes for my brows. I'm gonna use this for my pomade. And also what I noticed with the concealer, on camera, honestly, looking in the viewfinder, it looks fine. But in person, I feel like the concealer oxidized a little. Like, it doesn't look darker than my skin, but it doesn't look as light when I first applied it. I don't know, is it just me? But anyway, I'm going to fill in my brows with the pomade. And if you're a girl that likes to get like natural brow hairs, like you like to draw them in, I think this would be a good brush to do so. It's a little big to do so, but it's very thin. So for my eyes, I'm gonna be using the Yes Please palette by Colourpop as well. I just think it was fitting. And I did get a comment of someone asking me to use this palette and other combinations I can do with it. So I already did one look with it, which I'll link somewhere here on the screen. But I'm gonna do another go-to look that I usually do with this palette. But for the brush that I'm gonna be using first is the tapered blending brush. I believe that's what it's called, number 10. I'm gonna be taking these shades Note to Self and Big Cocktails, and then I'm just gonna put that into my crease. So I feel like the reason why they made these synthetic brushes is because of the Super Shock shadows. The synthetic brushes is what will pick up the Super Shock shadows just a lot better, and it's just made for their, like, you know, special formula. So typically I wouldn't go in with a synthetic tapered blending brush in my crease. I would probably take more of like a natural hair brush. But yeah, this is working perfectly fine. Honestly, you could never have too many blending brushes, so I'm always like wanting more blending brushes. I wouldn't even mind using this for highlight as well. Like, it's nice and fluffy. It would be nice if I had 2 of these. That would be nice for highlighting. And now I'm going to be taking the shade Spoiled, and on the blending brush, this one's a little bit more smaller and it's a little bit more compact, like it's more flat over here. I love these brushes for packing color on the lid. And I'm going to put this all over my lid. I'm gonna blend that into the transition. And I always like to go in with my brush before and just blend everything together. But I feel like these brushes are blending out these shadows really easily. Now I'm going to be taking the medium shader brush, and I'm going to take the shade Louie, and I'm going to put this all over my lid on top of Spoiled, just to give it a little bit of shimmer. You definitely could wet your brush if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. I feel like it just gives a little glow to the eye, and it just looks so pretty on top of Spoiled. This is a look that I always do. And this flat brush is really nice. It's like super flat, as you guys can see. Like, wow, that's really flat. You know, like, so far I'm just really impressed with everything that Colourpop has came out with. Like, I've genuinely just been loving everything, and I just think for the price is amazing. But for me, it's just, you know, I live in New Zealand and the shipping just takes forever. I feel like the bigger they get, the longer the shipping takes. Like, before it would take 2 weeks. Now it probably like 3 weeks to 4 weeks. How long ago did these concealers come out? And I only got this package yesterday. And now I'm going to be taking the pencil brush. This is a different kind of pencil brush that I've ever used. It's more like a dome brush, but it comes to a point at the top. I feel like I would prefer this kind of pencil brush than a regular pencil brush that looks like this, where it's more thinner. Like, this one's more fat. I feel like these pencil brush just really pokes my eye. I'm gonna take the shade French Kiss, which is the darker shade in the Yes Please palette, and I'm gonna put this all over my lash line using the pencil brush. This brush would also be nice to highlight your inner corners, just because it's pointed, it's domed. I think it's the perfect size to highlight your inner corners, but since my brush is already dirty, I'm not gonna do that. And then now I'm actually taking the last eye brush from the kit. This is the small shader brush. It's very similar to the bigger one that we used earlier, just a little bit smaller. I think you definitely could just get one or the other if you wanted to go for the individuals, but I mean, it's nice you have this one because I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone, and I just think how it's very flat, it's very small, it's just gonna go right underneath there very easily. So to highlight my brow bone, I'm actually gonna use the highlighter that I got. What I noticed about these is that they don't actually have the names on the back for some odd reason. They only have it on the box, which the packaging of the box is like seriously so cute. But this one is called Boujee. Oh my gosh, I love that name. So that's very golden, and it's like a very loose glittery highlight. In the pan, it looks more like it would be a rose, like a rose gold, but on my skin it looks really golden. I'm gonna move on to bronzer. So the bronzer I have is called In It to Win It, and this is what it looks like. It looks like hella dark, and when I swatched it, like I swear I saw shimmer in it, which is not what I want in a bronzer. I'm gonna use the angled brush. Typically this is a little too small for my bronzer, like just feel like it's a little too small, you know? I mean, that picks up the product so nicely. Well, that went on so nicely. Okay, maybe it's not that dark. Like, I can definitely pull this off, I reckon. Do you guys reckon I can pull that off? Yeah. I think I can pull that off. It just looks really, really dark in the pan. But once you blend it out, it looks beautiful. And I think once it's summertime and I'm more tanned, this would look beautiful. But that blended out so nicely. Whew. I am loving it. And it doesn't have shimmer. It doesn't have shimmer. Maybe I was just a little crazy last night and couldn't tell the difference between a matte and a shimmer. It has like the tiniest fallout, but not like too much. I mean, this white packaging though, it's gonna get so dirty. So this is the brush that's gonna be in my giveaway, because this is the brush that I got like a second one of. I'm actually glad I didn't get the stippling brush because I don't ever use stippling brushes. Like, yeah, I just never use it. And the next brush I'm gonna use is the blush brush, and I'm gonna use it for blush. This would also be nice for contouring or bronzing, in my opinion. Just so seamless, like seamless. Okay, and now for the last brush in the kit, which is the fan brush. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like this brush just because it's a little bit big. The fan brush I use is like this size. I mean, it looks really similar, I know, but this one's a little bit more dense and it's a little bit more like compact together. This one's really spread out. It's more like curved. And I'm gonna use that highlighter, which I don't even know the name. Oh yeah, Boujee. I mean, the highlighter is beautiful. It's like a very glittery highlight. So if you like a highlighter like that, then you'll like this. I'm not too sure how I feel about this fan brush. I like it, I'll still use it and stuff, but I definitely like the one that I was using previously. Okie dokie, so this is the overall look using everything that you guys just saw. So now I'm gonna talk about the products individually and tell you guys what I recommend, what do I think. But overall, I would just want to say I'm pretty impressed with everything. I'm happy with how my makeup turned out and everything like that. So let's first talk about the brush set. So this brush set is $78, but I do believe when they launched it was discounted because I remember I didn't buy it for the full price. They had like a discount price, I don't know, I can't remember. But it comes with 12 brushes, but technically I only got 11, which I'm not too mad about because I probably wouldn't have used the stippling brush anyway, and that way I can give away one brush to you guys. Also, I do like the brush roll, and it just rolls up like this. It's very cute, great for traveling. This is like my favorite color, like a pastel baby pink. I freaking love it. Brushes are so soft, like so incredibly soft. I just really do think these are worth the price, although some of the brushes do already stray. I've only washed these once and they're already straying a little bit, but nothing too much to worry about. I just think that for the price point, it's amazing. For the selection of brushes that came in this set, I do like it. These are brushes that I will use, and already have brushes that are quite similar that I use on the everyday. It's just nice to have another version of it or to have multiple ones. And these brushes are brushes that I know I will use in my everyday makeup routine, and you guys will probably see it a lot in my future videos. I'm just very, very impressed with with every single brush. Like, I actually love every single brush. I guess the only brush that I'm not loving is the fan brush, but you know, I'll still use it. It's still workable. But yeah, overall, the brush set is amazing. I think for the value of it, I think $78 US, converting that to $100 New Zealand dollars for this amount of brushes and the quality of it, I think it is amazing. But yeah, if you wanted to just get individual brushes, like just get what you need, you won't be disappointed. I'm so happy that I did get the whole kit, and if you guys can get it, but seriously, so amazing. So big thumbs up for the brushes for me. Let's talk about the concealers. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard so many people talk about the concealers, but they do look lighter in the tube than on your skin. I noticed with Golden 40, it does not look like the shade on my skin. It looks a lot darker on the skin. The applicator is nice. If you love the Urban Decay Naked Skin applicator, it's like exactly the same pretty much. If you're my skin tone and you want something to highlight your under eyes, I would get medium 30. As for the coverage, I do like it. I don't think it's the best. My favorite concealer as of now, of the ones that I have tried, is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. But you know, I mean, this one is good. I think for the price, I think give it a go. I think right now all these shades are like out of stock, so when they do come back in stock, I say go for it. I mean, if you don't end up liking it, you know, you're not really hurting your bank too much. I do think they're really good for the price, but honestly they're not my favorite, but they are still really good. I know I'll be using this a lot and I will finish this eventually. Like, it's not like a concealer I hate, but it's not the best. Do you feel? So now let's talk about the compacts. First off the bat, I just don't like how it doesn't have the names on it, and on both the compacts it says highlighter and bronzer. You know, I wish it would say one or the other. I do like the compact. I like the idea of it. It's very slim. It's very easy to travel with. I like how it has a mirror inside. Bronzer is nice. I didn't expect that I would like the bronzer just because I thought it would be like so dark on my skin tone, but once it's blended out and with that brush, it's like really nice. So yeah, the formula of this is amazing. Really good. It blends out very easily. And for the highlighter, Boujee, I mean, it's pretty, but I feel like I have something similar to this in my collection. Like, it's a very easy highlighter to dupe, so it's good, but like if you already have so many highlighters, it's not really necessary to get another one. Good formula and everything, but it's already something I already have, so I probably could have skipped out on this. Let me know what you guys are gonna pick up when they restock, because I do believe a lot of these things are sold out. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys are gonna get or what you guys already got. I would love to know your opinion. That is pretty much everything. Please leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. If you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up for me. I obviously wanted to do a review rather than a first impression, but because it came so late and I'm so late to uploading this, I just want to get it up ASAP. Today is Sunday. This video is going up on Tuesday, so I didn't want to wait till next week Tuesday to upload this because it would have been like seriously like way too late. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it and did find it helpful either way in deciding what you guys want to buy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!